Hey, and welcome to the Campfire. Today is gonna be yet again another day for some Japanese studying. I am starting very late today because I was very tired. Today was a very heavy cleaning day at work. We deep cleaned pretty much everything inside the establishment, and it was very draining. So I pretty much spent the entire time after I got off work kind of just recovering. Watashi. It's like the correct characters for Tokyo. Tokyo is capital. Land of the rising sun. Watashi. I hope everyone's been good today. If you couldn't tell from my voice, I'm not in the best shape. But we get by. We conquer. We seize the rest of the day. Every day we seize. We seize all the days. We conquer all the days. Every day we wake up, we say good morning, and we conquer it. 3. 私 1 東京 Capital 山口私東京はい私 2 So lately, currently, as of this recording, the Battlefield 6 open beta has been going on, and I've been trying to get a key for a while. Yamaguchi. And I just haven't been able to get a key. Thankfully, they just have a straight up free open weekend that I'll be able to experience. But honestly, I don't think my PC will be able to handle the game, but we'll find out once I boot it up. Because I've been hearing all of the complaints about how poor the game runs.
Watashi.
And my PC isn't the best either. I am saving up to get a new PC though. Alright, say the days in a month. I'm definitely gonna struggle with this. There have been... So lately, I had a friend recently move to across the country for school, for his career. And he hasn't been handling it very well. And he pretty much asked how I did it. How I was able to move away from home, be away from everybody I knew and loved, and just be in an environment where you know nobody and you have nothing. He was pretty much saying, hang on. He was saying how he hates it, hates being away from home, hates being away from no one he knows. And I was just like, yeah, when I was living by myself in the middle of nowhere in Oklahoma, all I did was just, focus on what needed to be done. I went to work, and then when I got home from work, I would do my chores, cook, eat, and then whenever I had downtime, at the time I was playing an MMO. It was called Dungeon Fighter Online, and I got very big in it. Like, a lot of the endgame players knew me. It was a very tight-knit endgame community, and everyone knew everyone. And pretty much I was at the round table for endgame players. Like, every major guild had representatives, and I was the leader of one of the major guilds for the endgame content. And we would all pretty much help carry each other's guild members. Each major guild would have raid trains or sell raids and stuff, and we would all kind of do them on separate time frames. So if guildmates of one guild couldn't make it to the carries for that, they would join the alliance guilds, or the guilds that had good relations with each other. And, we would just trade carries and stuff, and we would do cells together. So the raids were really difficult content.
7月7日に願い事を書きます。
No, I was completely wrong. But the content was really difficult for the average person to clear. But like, all these endgame players had like multiple really strong characters that could sell these clears to people who needed it. Or like, were trying to make new characters and couldn't join like public raid groups because they were too weak. So they would have to buy carry raids. And I would very consistently sell raids with my strongest characters. And it got to the point where I was making such a ludicrous amount of gold in game that it became a job. Like, I would sell it. I would earn the gold and then I would sell it. So like, when I was working, I'd get home, do my chores, and then I'd get home and I'd sell raids or like enter PvP tournaments to like make extra cash on the side. So like, I was quite literally working all day, every day. And that's just what I told him. And he's not very adept at working long hours. And pretty much he never really had to work like a major 40-hour job until now. And because like, his family's always provided for him. And he was just asking me how I did it, and that's what I told him. Like, I told him I was pretty much like grinding non-stop. Like, I literally couldn't think about anything else. Like, I was literally always just grinding. And that's just how I kind of made it through it.
7月7日に願い事を書きます。
And it was kind of just how I also coped with having no one I knew around me. I just always kept myself busy, always doing something, always being productive, always working towards something. But he doesn't really have that type of mindset or grind set. He's a type of person that just wants to be happy and have a good life. Needless to say that like, me and him both share like very similar mental disabilities. I'm just able to force myself to grind and work towards something, but he's more incapable because that's not really his goal, more like the main point of his life. Like, he just wants to be with his mom and have a fun life because his father recently passed away. So he's just kind of going through a lot, and now he's alone. And not only is he alone, but he's not really good at taking care of himself. He doesn't really have the capabilities. And it's not because he's like immature or like he's inept or whatever. It's like, I don't really want to call him autistic, but he is on the spectrum to a degree. And we do struggle to take care of ourselves. He genuinely doesn't know how to take care. 9. So he was just pretty much asking me about it, and then I told him, and he's just like, wow, like, you're actually a lot more capable than I expected it. Because I was like kind of explaining how some of the intricacies worked about, you know, just like life. And he was like, wow, I actually don't know how any of this stuff works. I'm like, yeah, like, I had to learn everything on my own while I was out there. Like, I had to take care of myself and I had to look out for myself. So this is just kind of like what I've experienced and what I've learned. And I wish him the best. And he's pretty much, he messaged me today saying how he just wants to give up. He wants to quit. He wants to come back home where he's comfortable. And I told him I highly don't recommend quitting. Like, this is for your life. This is for your future. This is for your career. You need to work towards it. And it will be very beneficial for your life to not quit. To stick it through.
10.
But he's really struggling right now.
6.
I told him he should really talk to his mom about his decision and what he's feeling,
10.
and really decide. And like, no matter what he decides, I'd still support him. But I heavily recommended that he doesn't quit. But if he does end up quitting, he wants to work where I currently work right now. I'm currently not in a position to be able to like make the environment a good working environment for him. But the managers there, my bosses there, are constantly pushing me to work towards becoming a manager. So maybe if he does end up quitting and working where I work, I could facilitate it so that I could talk with my boss. I could work towards being a manager, which I'm trying to avoid doing right now because I don't have the mental capabilities or emotional capabilities. But I could work towards it. If he ends up being employed where I am, I could talk with my boss to say that, hey, like, can he only be on my shifts? Like, I need to be his manager. He doesn't work that well. I could definitely negotiate something and kind of just work it out.
6日、7日、8日、9日、10日
I'm gonna forget all of this.
1日、2日、3日、
1日、
1日、2日、3日、4日、5日
Oh, I misheard. But yeah, it's like, when you know something is good for your life, you should commit to being a little miserable for a little bit to go through it and set yourself up later. Of course, it's a lot easier said than done, but I personally have the right to say that because that's what I did. I moved across the country to Tulsa, Oklahoma with absolutely nothing, in absolute poverty, and I worked my butt off. I built a life from nothing, and I don't have any of it now because, you know, I lost everything, but I have, you know, the experience and the insight of what happens when you're able to stick it through. I have the insight about how much better your life can be if you manage to make it work. Like, it's such an uncomfortable transition. I'm currently in one of those transitions right now. I was talking about it in one of my older videos. I think it was episode 114, where I look back on my life. How I say I'm in the middle of a transition period in my life right now, and it's really difficult. Transition periods are always going to be difficult.
6日、7日、6日、7日、8日、9日、金曜日は9日です。
But it's important to be able to get through those transition periods in your life because it's a doorway that leads to greater things, maybe even a significantly better life. If you find yourself in a really uncomfortable time frame of your life,
9月6
do the
日
best that you can to stick it out. Don't be a quitter. Of course, again, that's easier said than done. But I feel like I have the qualifications to say that because not only have I not quit going through a difficult transition in my life, but I've quit my sugar addiction. I have a very low natural sugar diet. So like I don't eat a lot of candy, I don't drink a lot of soda, I don't eat sugary foods at all. I don't have a sweet tooth. Like I stay relatively healthy. I quit nicotine multiple times. I've fully quit and I've been sober for about 9 months now. I've quit my cannabis addiction. That was pretty overwhelming. I smoked literally all day, every day before. And now I'm pretty much like 4 or 5 months clean. I was hooked on speed for maybe about 2 months. I quit that. I did coke for about 1 or 2 months. Also quit that. Like every single mountain, every single addiction I've overcome. Every single transition period I've overcome. And it makes your life a lot better to transition.
9月6日
I don't know this.
学校は4月8日からです。
I'm really gonna struggle on this. Yeah, it's like those transition periods are so important in your life to go through. It's so important to be uncomfortable. I've said it before in one of my past episodes too. It's like, find where you're uncomfortable in your life and tackle it on your own terms, because once you're forced to finally go through it, because life makes you, like how my friend is, it's going to be really, really, really hard. If you tackle things that you're uncomfortable with while you're in a safe environment that's facilitated for you, where you're happy, where you're comfortable, it'll be easier for you to do it. And then once it's finally time for you to enter that transition period in your life, well, you have the experience of whatever you did while you were comfortable. So you're more prepared than if you weren't to do anything. Like, it's super important to challenge yourself. It's super important to do things you know you're bad at, because you know you have to. You can't just avoid it forever. It's very important. I'm going to Japan on 8th October. No, I got it completely wrong.
1日、2日、3日、4日、5日、9月。
Oh my god.
学校
I'm definitely gonna need to redo this.
9月6日。
Oh my god, I keep forgetting. Well done with the 65%. But that'll be it for today because it's really late. That will be the bare minimum for me today, because, you know, any step's a good step. But yeah, I hope everyone tries to think about where they are weak in their life, where they are uncomfortable with doing certain things, and then challenging yourself to do it when you're at home with your parents or where you're comfortable. That way, when it's finally time for you to, like, you know, be by yourself or move out across the country for a career, you're prepared. You're more prepared. Because my friend was kind of caught fully unprepared, and now he's experiencing the full brunt of it. So it's very important that you tackle it on your own terms, instead of having life just hand it to you. Alright, travelers, it's time to put the campfire out. If you're still sitting at the campfire with me, thank you so much for joining. If you didn't know already, I stream a large variety of activities live on Twitch at twitch.tv/iravune, ranging from reading, gaming, studying, music sessions, and much more. Feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitch to continue joining the campfires. I hope to see you again soon.